Hello friends, I am Professor Kabir from Walton College of Engineering, Sangli, from Mechanical Engineering Department. I am going to continue. I am in team member 9 of this particular mechanical department team of RC 1130. Here I am going in continuation of the vernier type. My colleague has already explained about vernier. I am going to explain about the types of vernier. Here we can see in figures, there are three figures 1, 2 and 3 in which the major three types of verniers are being displayed. They are very normally used in labs, most of the types of linear measurements, and also in industries where accurate measurements are required. They are very handy instruments, and one can see here from this figure. I will explain step by step. Number one is a normal A-type caliper, vernier caliper, where you can see that edge measuring for internal measurement is also possible with these long straight edges, where you can have particular object where we can measure the internal diameter of this. Second is depth measurement, where you can see that the hole created on any metal surface or any other surface. For example, the cap of the ball pen, the cap of the ball pen, where we can put this bar by just sliding and giving that particular ending the stopped by a particular end of this hole, where you can measure directly on this scale that particular depth. Here we can see that the difference between these two is this clamping screw is there, where we can fix the job and then clamp it so that it will not further slide. The beam is provided to read the measurements or the readings, whatever we are getting. This is particularly used, these two edges are used for external diameters, these are for internal. Similarly, here you can see that only this particular jaws are of different length, or they are big, and the clamping arrangement is at the top. This is the most handy equipment, or the most handy vernier, which is used even by the students in our college and as well as in industries for rough measurement. Most of the accurate measurements are being given, of course, by digital, which we are going to explain later. Here you see also that two edges, and that for external measuring device there is no upper, and the horns are present. Here you can see that on the same jaws the external measurements can be possible, where you can have the cylindrical component just touching the surface. This is the glide surface where we are actually getting the readings. Same construction as that. All three have the same construction. In between here, in this can see their framework, internal. These are the knife edges for marking. That is one peculiarity of this particular. Clamping screws are provided for both, where these readings frame of this particular reading is taken with the clamping of this, so that no moments will take place and accurate measurements can be taken. This is the fine adjustment, so that the final touch or final reading, where you can see fraction of millimeter can also be taken with the particular, as my colleague has already explained, 0.05 mm. Here generally the jobs are actually clamped, and normally if they are not clamped properly, that's why this fine adjustments and all are provided. These types of jaws where the conditions may not be matching correctly, as you can see that jobs are not correctly mapped together, or rather matched together, so that this particular job will not be held together if that edges are not properly placed on that. As these are, in this case the jobs are open, in this case the job, because of this concave, it is getting closed, and here it is straight, but in general the further part is not getting touched with that particular job. So these errors are normally occurring. These jaw conditions can be actually overcome by repairing these particular caliper jaws or just replacing. Now we can see the most accurate measurements are taken with the digital caliper, where the digital display is being provided. Earlier explained verniers are mechanical type. This is digital, explaining there is no scale, as you can see, no beam, no reading. It is directly taken with this linear measurement and displayed here. Only thing that you have to check battery before the start, and also check the readings with the sample jobs are provided by a particular company. Various digital companies provided these particular verniers of particular length, but again there is actually limitations for the length of this particular vernier. Next is in general the applications of this particular digital, which is nowadays are used in most of the industries where precision engineering is the part which is considered as most important part for all types of measurement. Here are some examples. As you can see, the cylindrical component or cylindrical bar has been kept here, and these readings are taken. first the zero reading has to be set, then furthermore it is being moved, and then the job is kept. The same procedure as earlier for all other mechanical instruments. Measuring of center distance is also possible with the upper jaws, and also these jaws are also used for, see there are two holes here, here also there are two, distance between these two and distance directly between those two outer edges can be measured. Here also the same way, the particular marking has to be provided, then from this jaw to this jaw, measuring of the distances, for example it is mentioned here as bold, and here also the distance between these two edges or these two lines for the particular jaw inside can be also measured, width of particular bores, and locking screw where locking screw cannot be reached. In general, these are the instruments which are very handy. Only thing the precaution has to be taken that slight movement gives the reading change, or this just rhyming or just pushing that each other jaws. That also makes this particular delicate instrument not worth using again. All right. The further part will be described by my colleague.